soft focus ahead of you, and just take a moment to feel the sit bones. Just take a little rock forward, back, side to side, and just feeling if you're right in the centre of the sit bones there, and then lengthening the crown of the head above the tail there. And then just bringing your awareness to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose throughout the whole class. Just tuning into the natural movement of your breath. So the rib cage expanding, belly rising a little on the inhale, and then on the exhale, just that slight drawing in and up the navel to spine. And feeling that you just start to lengthen a little out of the connection of your sit bones, above the crown of the head. And then just feeling that your breath is really fluid here. So almost perhaps imagining the breath like waves as they come in and ebb away. That continuous motion, there's no beginning, no end, really fluid breath. And we're taking water element in general as a theme today. So sometimes I look a little into astrology with a pinch of salt, and the moon is in Pisces today, which is a water sign. So it can be times when we feel a little bit emotional, maybe a little dreamy, maybe a little tired. So very much use the practice today to be very fluid, no hard edges, no gripping, being very soft and fluid and kind to yourself. As we come into the waning half moon as well, towards the new moon, and ironically towards the summer solstice, it's a kind of interesting balance of light and dark there. This feeling that we're in a little bit more relaxed part of the cycle. So just seeing where you are today, literally going with the flow as we move in this water element. So we'll work a lot into hip opening, this whole area associated with Svadhisthana chakra, or the pelvic bowl in general, and hip opening. So from here, let's just roll forwards to all fours. And again, you can kind of just have a little wriggle here in all fours. So just warming up your wrists by making circles that draw the weight forwards of your wrists and back of your wrists. And then changing direction. And just soften the face, soften the jaw. Just notice if you can soften the tongue in the mouth. And then make the motion a little bigger, so you come back over the heels, rotating the hips around in a circle, forwards over the wrists, and then back the other way. Lovely. And so the hips can shift a little to the side as you go around in a circle. And again, feeling that little bit of tone in the low belly as you draw the weight forwards of your wrists. Great. And then come back to child's pose with the knees nice and wide. Have a little wriggle out side to side here. And maybe stretch the arms forwards and let the head rest on the mat so that you roll out a little through the neck. Just gently lengthening through the shoulders, lengthen through your fingers. Notice if your fingers are gripping on, just soften them. Great. And then come back to all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, so that you've got a nice length between your hands and your knees, so that your spine is nice and spacious there. And then as you inhale, lift the tail, extending vertebrae by vertebrae, then the back of the heart, then the collarbones, then the gaze lifts, inhaling. Exhale, draw up with the pelvic floor, tuck the tail between the legs, then low back, then mid back, then let the head go. Lovely. And again, inhale, leading with the tail, opening the heart forwards, lifting the gaze. Exhale, curling in, tail drawing under, rolling through vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay, just do 3 more like that. Really feeling that the movement is constant, so there's no beginning and no end. Feeling the connection to the ground still through the hands, spreading the fingers. So remember, we still need earth to contain the water, to hold the water. Lovely. And then coming back to all fours. Just take a little sit back in child's pose again. Just give the elbows a rest on the mat so you can roll out through your wrists. Yeah, really spreading the fingers, easing out any cracks and pops. And then we'll come back to all fours. As you inhale, roll back on the ball of your right foot. So really squeeze that leg back and feel again that you draw the hips level here, slight bit of tone in the low belly. And then lift that leg up as you inhale, lift from the glutes, really strong leg, inhale. And then as you exhale, coiling in knee to nose. So if you lost your breath there, don't worry, I talked a lot. Inhale, extend, broaden the collarbones, keep a little tone in the low belly, leg is strong. Exhale, curling in. Again, inhale, press back, really use the glutes and the back of the legs. Exhale, curling in. Lovely, last one, inhale. Exhale, curling in. Come back through to centre. And we'll change sides, so just recalibrate a little, roll the left leg back, really squeeze from the centre of the glutes. Lift your left leg up, inhale, exhale, coiling in. Inhale, stretching back. Exhale, coiling in, really rounding. Again, make the movement really fluid, but very connected, so we're still pressing into the hands, curling in. Good, two more, inhaling. Exhale, coil in, last one. Inhale. Exhale, coil in. And again, plant the knee down and sit back to child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide. Have a little wriggle out through the hips so you can really sway the hips side to side here and turn the palms up. And if you want to turn your head to one side, you can. Laying the ear on the mat or the side of the head. If it's not quite reaching, it feels frustrating there, just take a block or a book, pop it under your head, and then turn it to the other side. And nice and wriggly here. Feeling the breath expanding into the ribcage as you inhale. And exhale that slight draw of navel to spine. Great. Come back to all fours. Then we'll come straight to downward facing dog. So bring the knees hip distance, tuck the toes, roll the hips up and back. Have a little pedal out through the feet. Just notice if you can really spread the fingers, almost the tips of the fingers are like little froggy suckers. Good. And then come to stillness. Bend your knees deeply and really draw the tail away. Good. Really lift the hips high. Get length through your back. And then draw the heels back down to the ground, straightening the legs, pulling up on the kneecaps. Good. Do that once more. Bend the knees, lengthening back. And then straightening the legs. So you can take a rest in between here if you need. What we're going to do is hug the right knee towards the belly and make figure eights with the knee. So you're really feeling the movement come from the hip. Just bringing a little rotation through the right hip there. Rolling the thigh in a figure eight. If you need to take a rest, do come to all fours and then child's. Good. And then we'll swap legs. So hug the knee to the chest and really exploring that movement there. So make sure that your glutes still feel active, the shoulders are still drawing away from the ears, so try not to come to a plank. Keep the tail high. Keep drawing the chest back more rosy. That's it, lovely. So we're just kind of loosening up through the psoas and the hip flexors here. Good, come back to downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. And then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands. So take your time to get there. Keep the feet hip distance. And then let the backs and the hands be heavy and hang. Bend the knees as much as you need and let the spine pour forwards here. So really tipping the tail up and the crown of the head towards the mat. And really feel that you could imagine pouring water from the tail all the way to your back. Nice warm water. And then over the back of the neck, over the crown of the head. Shake it out through the neck a little bit, turning the head. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Press down firmly into the feet. Bend the knees a little. And on the exhale, start to roll the spine up. Squeeze up on the kneecaps as the legs come more upright. Sorry, as the body comes more upright. And then give the shoulders a roll at the top. Lovely. So we'll come to the classical Surya Namaskar, so stepping the feet to the top of the mat. Sorry, I'm headless on my iPad. And ground through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up, press the palms. Exhale, folding into, again, soften the knees, press the hands into the ground, let the head go. As you breathe in, step the left leg back, lower the knee, find a crescent lunge. Lift the gaze, extend the sides of the waist. This could be where you could use blocks next to you here. And then as you exhale, we're going to step back either to all fours or to plank. So the trick here, press into the back leg, really curl the tail under, scoop the belly, and that gives you space to step your right leg back without lifting your palms. Good, lower the knees, the chest and the chin. So plug the shoulders down towards the hip bones, squeeze the elbows into the ribs and use the backs of the arms, chest leads. Good, try to keep the elbows in as much as you can. Inhale, roll the heart forwards. Exhale, all the way back through to downward facing dog. Just take one breath here, inhale. Exhale. Good. Breathe in, bend the knees, walk the feet to the hands. Breathe out as you fold in two. You can take the backs of the hands down if you wish. And then inhale, extend the chest a little and step your right leg back, lower the knee. Good. So we'll take a breath here and come up onto the fingertips or blocks. Really think about lengthening the sides of the waist. Lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Good, as you inhale, bring the hands down. Exhale, coil into the belly and step it back to a plank. Keeping that exhale held, lower to the mat. Chest drawing first. Good, inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Keep your legs strong here, so keep squeezing up on the kneecaps. Exhale, all the way back to downward facing dog. So you can almost come through a child's pose or all fours shape if you like there. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Good. Inhale, come forwards to your hands again, walking feet to hands. Exhale, fold. You can soften the knees and take the backs of the hands down, let the head go. Or just relax the wrists even if they're not meeting the ground. And then press into the feet, bend the knees. Roll up, really use the legs here. Squeeze up on the kneecaps, reach the arms up. And exhale, float the arms down. Lovely. Inhale, reaching the arms up, press palms. Exhale, fold in two. Again, bend the knees and make the palms have contact in front of the feet, let the head go. Inhale, step your left leg back and lower the knee. So if you need blocks here, you can use them like little stilts to give you a bit of support. We're going to hinge the hips back and forward in a half split shape. Yeah, or even, yeah, great. So even if you've just got one to help you balance and keep lifted there. If you don't want the blocks, you can use your fingertips just, really the shoulders and fingertips can stay in line because if you've got enough length in the backs of the legs, you'll just be drawing the hips back and forward. So work to the place that suits you today. Again, nice and fluid, but we're not collapsing. We've still got that little bit of awareness of tone in the low belly. Good. Inhale, come forwards, lift the chest. Exhale, press back to plank or all fours. And then straight to knees, chest, chin. Keep the elbows hugging close to the ribs as you lower. Use the backs of the arms. Good. Inhale, strong legs. Roll the heart forwards in cobra. Exhale, roll it back to downward facing dog. Really nice ripple back through there. Good. Again, an in-breath to come forwards. I know it's fairly short holds, but we're only doing this last round. Exhale, fold, let the head come in. So take your time to find the shapes, don't stress. On the next inhale, we're going to step the right leg back and exhale to lower the knee. You take your time to get there. We're going to pause here and move through that little hip opening and hamstring opening flow. So take your time again to make sure the back knee's happy. So if you can, scissor that back leg away a little bit more. So you've got a nice long scissor of the legs, as much as your hips allow. Ideally above that back kneecap, it's just more comfortable for your knee really. Good. Again, just moving nice and fluidly with your breath, opening into the hips and hamstrings. Fabulous. And then pressing into the hands. Again, really curl into the belly to step back with strength. Squeeze up on the kneecaps, squeeze the glutes. Then lower knees, chest, chin. Keep the upper arms hugging in. As you roll through Cobra, keep the low belly strong, ripple through the upper back, and then again roll it back through all fours and into downward facing dog. Great, taking a breath in, breath out. One more here, inhale, exhale. And as you inhale, walk the feet to the hands. Lift the heart here. Maybe take a halfway lift with hands to shins so that you get the length in the legs for this one if you can't do it with the hands flat. Keep them on the shins. And then exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Imagine dragging the mat apart with the feet. As you roll up, squeeze the kneecaps. Extend the arms overhead, press palms, breathing in. And breathing out, float the arms down. You just come to sit Samasthiti for a breath. Pick up your toes and then really plant them back down, lifting the inner arches of your feet there. And find that Samasthiti, that even standing, so you can explore shifting the weight forwards and back and feel that the sides of the body are evenly planted. Good. Breath in there. And a breath out. Lovely. And then from here we're going to step out with the right foot along the long edge of your mat. I'm just going to move my mat a little bit. So the feet are turning out here and just under a leg's distance apart. Good. And on the exhale, sit low in the legs. Inhale, really press the ground away. Exhale, sit low. Good. And let's bring the arms in. So reach the arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, float the arms down. Turn the palms up as you reach up, press them at the top. Exhale, press the arms down as if you were pressing through water, almost like you were swimming here. So really pressing up to draw yourself down into the water, and then pressing the water away to draw up as you exhale. Good, last one. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Now bring the hands to the thighs as you exhale here. Inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, take a twist of the left shoulder towards your right inner leg, so that left arm stays straight. Inhale through the centre, and then exhale the other way. So keep the tail drawing down, and feel the rotation through the ribs here. So really opening through your intercostals, turning on the obliques a little bit, and finding that nice fluid spinal rotation. Good. Just one more each side. Really moving with the breath. Inhale, centre. Exhale the other way. Good. Inhaling up, and then exhale, press the ground away. Bring your hands to your hips in almost like a little, I don't know what you'd call this, little fists. So we're going to spiral towards your right. We're going to turn the right toes out a little more, left toes in, and push that left arm forwards as you sink low. That little warrior pushes almost. Inhale through the centre, or warrior goddess we'll call this. Exhale the other way, seeing as we're mixing the two a little. Inhale, centre. Exhale, maybe lunge a little deeper. So keeping upright in the body, keeping the tail drawing down, and feeling that lovely fluid press away with the legs. So the legs are engaged, but again, there's no hard edges. One more each side. Exhale to lower. Inhaling up. Good. Don't worry if you need to adjust the feet as you go. Exhale, lower. Inhaling up. Good. Inhale back through the centre. Exhale, sink low, and then inhale, reach the arms up, press the palms, and exhale, just float the arms down. Take all the feet together. If you want, you can take a little hop and step back to the top of the mat. Good, nice. Again, find Samasthiti. And then as we inhale, reach the arms up, parallel here, so don't press the palms, keep them in line with the shoulders. Exhale, throw the arms down. Stay low, sweep the arms back, and then inhale, stay low in the legs as you rise the arms and the body up. Exhale, float the arms down, stay low in your legs. So a little chair flow here. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, flow the arms down. So keep the body nice and upright, legs are strong. Inhale. Exhale, good, last one. Keep the legs nice and strong. Inhale, up. Exhale there, keep the arms up. If you can, leave the arms there. Press onto the balls of the feet, lift up, squeeze the inner legs. If you need to, bring the hands to the waist Otherwise, hold here. I know it's fiery. Feel the breath as the little cooling agent here. Breathing in, breathing out, lower the heels and forward fold. Well done, not easy that. Let the head go and stretch out your legs a little bit. Again, halfway lift. So if you wish, hands to the shin and tabletop. If you can, keep the hands on the floor. Exhale, fold. Lovely. We're going to step the left leg back, turning it out at 45 degrees. So make sure your feet are a train track, not a tightrope. And inhale up through warrior one. Straighten that leg and then exhale, bend deeply into it. So you could adjust the legs to give yourself more length if you need, or just move in and out of it a few times fluidly with your breath. Great, and then hold here. Reach up, look up, breathe in, breathe out. Float the arms all the way down, bring them to your hips, and just adjust the feet to come to warrior two, so you might need a little bit more space. Again, inhale the arms out. Exhale this time, squeeze up and straighten. Inhale, come down and hold. Find the shape. Look over the middle finger. So check that your right knee is in line with the centre of your foot. So make sure the thigh isn't rolling in. Keep the outside of that knee pressing back. Tail drawing down, low ribs in. And then a little dancing warrior. So keep the base of the legs. Inhale, nice fluid upper body. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Extend the left arm alongside your ear. Lovely. So from that firm earth, we can contain the fluidity of the water. Lovely. Reaching over. Just finding gradual length through the side body. Good. One more here. All the way through the centre. Hold your warrior two shape. Then spiral it down. So however works for you to come down to the ground. And we're going to either vinyasa or take a rest. So you can step back plank and take chaturanga if you wish, or knees, chest, chin. Good, strong legs in whichever back bend you're taking. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Take a breath in and a breath out. Walk the feet to your hands as you breathe in. Breathe out again, really pull the spine over the legs. Inhale, extend halfway. And as you exhale, step that right leg back again for warrior one on the other side. So really making sure you've got the nice setup of the feet there. Press the ground away as you inhale and rise up. Exhale there. Good, and again, moving in and out of that front leg. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Just take two more breaths like that. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, and then pressing the palms, raising up, reaching up, exhale. Good. Then we'll open it out to warrior two. I'm just going to swap around so I'm on the same side as you. So left leg bending deeply. And then again, inhale, reach up, press the palms. Exhale, reach it away. Hi, Hugh and Lucy. Don't worry, join us in the next bit. So just come to this warrior shape if you want, actually. Yeah, so left side and then hold. So we're going to move here. If you guys just do a warrior on the left side for 5 breaths and then a warrior on the right side for 5 breaths. Okay, so just to get the hip opening. And then you can do this alarm flow if you like. Inhaling here, exhaling over. Get nice and fluid. So again, that sense of grounding down to enable the fluidity and the fluid movement of the water as it's contained by the ground. Lovely, inhaling. Exhale, come back to warrior two. So Hugh and Lucy do the same thing on the right leg. Everyone else, wimble the hands down, step back plank, and take a vinyasa here. So either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time we'll take 3 breaths in down dog. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Hugh and Lucy, windmill to downward facing dog. Step back and take 1 breath there. Good. Everyone else, look forwards. Inhale, walk the feet to the hands. And exhale, fold. And Hugh and Lucy, join us here. Step forwards and take a forward fold. Inhale, flat back here, open through the heart, and exhale, fold. Again, bending the knees, imagine dragging the mat apart as you roll up to stand. Good. And again, we'll find Samastiti. Lovely. So we're going to take one standing balance here, or with a little bit of movement. So if you want to, you can be by a wall. So what we're going to do is kind of like almost like a hand to knee type affair. And then we're going to keep that connection with the belly as we come forwards and find a warrior three. So you could even have the wall handy, although you might hit about the wall. Probably best to go side on if you're using the wall, just for a bit of balance there. Or you could just stay to challenge your balance here and maybe just kind of half bend back and inhale up. And that's how we're all going to start anyway, okay? So if you need support, just take that now. Okay, great. So coming to Samastiti, grounding through the feet. And a full breath in and out there. And as you inhale, raise the right knee up. Keep the standing leg really strong. Squeeze the knee as tight as you can without using your arms. And then give it a little hug to the chest. As you next exhale, curl the belly in, nose towards knee. Inhale, straighten up. Keep all that strength in your standing leg. Start to, again, like I said, we'll do little like drinking birds here. Tip it forwards, inhaling it up. So allow yourself to wobble, allow yourself to feel the strength in the standing leg and in this bent leg. So both glutes are working. This time we'll come forward. See if you can press the right heel away and reach the arms forwards for warrior three. Got the door in the way. Draw the right hip down. Good, breathing in. Breathing out, float the arms down. See if you can squeeze that right knee back up and lower it down. Good, and just give that standing leg a little roll out through the ankle. And we'll do the other side. So again, come from Samastiti. Squeeze the knee up as you exhale. Draw it to the chest. And then keep that strength in the standing leg and the belly. Start to tip it back. Hands to waist can be helpful to remind you of that parallel hip position. So we're not turning out the left leg at all. We're pushing straight back here. Little bobbing birds. Good. So hands here can really remind you to use the core as well. Or just to feel what's happening there. And then tip it forwards. Press away with the left foot. Pull up on the standing leg. Really squeeze that left leg back and draw the hips level. Oops, if you wobble, don't worry. And then reach it forwards. Press the palms, reach long from tail to crown. Keep the low ribs drawing in. Good. And then inhale, coming up. Squeeze the knee in and place it down. Well done, lovely. And then give the standing leg a little roll out. Not easy. Good, we're coming down to the ground now. Hooray. So from Samastiti, we'll take a flow to the ground. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forwards, bend the knees a little so that you can get the length in your back and press the hands into the ground, let the head go. Halfway lift, so hands can come to shins, or keep them in the ground if that space is available to you in the legs. And then exhale, fold again. Let's do that once more. Extend the back. Hands can come to shins if you need, remember. Exhale, fold. As you breathe in, step back to a plank or all fours. Good, really press the ground away here. Keep pressing the ground away if you're in the plank position. And then squeeze the knees down to the mat. Lovely. Good. Now from here, from this all fours position, you're going to spin your right leg so that it's parallel with the top of your mat and that the weight goes into your right hand. So in like a modified side plank here. So the right hand is down, the right leg is spinning back. So Alison, you're going to turn. It doesn't really matter if you do the left leg first. Other arm, Alison, right arm. Don't worry, as long as we all do each side, it doesn't really matter. And And again, we're going to lengthen through the side of the body, look towards that top arm. Exhale, flow the arm down. Now this time, if you wish, on the inhale as well, raise the left leg up, lengthen through the side of the body, keep the leg lifted as you float the arm down. One more, inhale, keep plugging that right shoulder down your back, keep the low ribs drawing in. Feel the lift through the inner side of that top leg. Lift it a little higher. Really feel that around your hip flexors and, well, all the muscles of the legs actually. Good. And then lower it down. Well done. From here, spiral it back through. Either just take cat-cow here or take a flow. A vinyasa, sorry. So you're going to press the plank. Knees, chest, chin. If you're taking it, plug the elbows into the sides of the ribs. Use the strength in the arms. Inhale, roll the heart open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Good. As you breathe out, lower to all fours with control. So squeeze belly to spine as you lower. Good. And then go the other way, so whichever side you haven't just done. So for me it's left. I'm going to spin my left leg back, left arm grounds down. You might need a little bit more space. If you do, just walk that leg away from your arm. And then inhale, float the top arm overhead. Feel the length through the side body. Really press the right foot away. Exhale, float the arm down. And then as you inhale, lift up, reach long, and then float the arm down. Keep lifting the top leg. Good. Really lift from the inner thigh. Feel how that switches on deep in the middle of your bottom there. Good. One more. Lift up, lift that top leg, lift the underward side waist, reach long, and then reach it all the way forwards. Well done. So again, you can take a flow, or you can just take a few cat-cows here. Either chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog, or cobra. Keep the legs strong in your back bends. Gaze is the last thing to lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Again, lower to all fours and then sit back to kneeling here. Great. So turn to the side of your mat and then just come up to kneeling. We'll do this in a non-fancy way to avoid confusion. So knees can be under the hips here. Bring hands to waist, roll the shoulders down your back. Then you're just going to bring the left leg out to the side. So if that's challenging, you can use a block here to support you as you do that. And again, we're really working on the inner line of the leg there. So we want it to be strong and flexible. So that last posture, we really found that strength of the inner leg. And then we're still strong here, pressing the blade edge of the foot away and pulling up on the top of the kneecap there. And then inhale, lengthening your left arm up and over, coming to the side. Inhale up. And then go the other way. So you could have blocks both sides if you need, or you can just press onto your leg and stretch here. So again, nice and fluid, a variation of Parigasana or gate pose. Good. And then coming over to the side, and then hold here. So it's a bit of an awkward shape. Breathing in, it's always harder than you think it's going to be, this posture. So this time, the right arm is coming overhead, lengthening through the whole of the right side. Keep drawing the low belly in so we don't put pressure in the low back there. Good. Inhale up. Exhale. Windmill it all the way down. Again, you can take a vinyasa here, or if you want to, just take a little cat-cow and move the spine in both directions. Inhale to open up. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Lowering to your knees. And then sitting back, and again just turn to face the long edge of your mat. This time we're going to kneel on the left leg and extend the right leg out. So take a bit of time to get set up here. The other thing is to feel, I would say roughly the knees in line with the arch of the extended leg. But we're all built differently, so you just want to feel a point where you can keep your hips, pelvic crests there, nice and even. Good. Again, pull up on the inner line of the leg, lift the inner arch. Inhale, lift the left arm up and over. Exhale to the side. And then the right arm. So this again will help you to tune into that stability here. The grounding of the tail watery area of the body, and then coming over to hold here, really reaching up and lengthening over. Good. Breathing in, feel the space down the side of the waist. Again, slight draw down of the tail and draw in of the low belly to support the low back here. And exhale, lovely. Inhaling up. Exhale to float the arms down. Come back to all fours. And again, either take a vinyasa to kind of neutralise the spine here, we take it back and forward, or cat-cow. And it's pretty much the last of these, so. Exhale there. Lovely. Breath in. Breath out. Good. Look forwards. Now, those of you that we've been working on this, do the little jump through here. Tiptoe the feet in. If you haven't done this before, have a go. Don't lift your palms. Push from the shoulders and curl into a little ball. Your arms aren't too short and you are strong enough. You can build the strength. Curl in, tiptoe the feet through. Keep curled into a ball. Lift your bottom and then post the legs through. Good. It's hard slow because we've got no momentum. Extending the legs straight forwards, lovely. Let's take Janu Shirshasana. So, right leg's coming in. Again, like we did in your down dog, as we've warmed up the hips nicely now, so use your active range to come into it. So, squeeze the leg in, try not to use your hands, place the foot down, and then pull up on the extended leg. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, come straight back up again. Exhale, take a twist to your right. Inhale, centre. Take a twist to the left. So keep this extended leg really strong. Inhale, centre. Exhale, fold. Good. We'll just do that once more. Inhale, up. Exhale, nice fluid twist. Inhale, centre. Nice fluid twist the other way. Inhale, centre. And exhale, fold. This time we'll come into Janu Shirshasana and hold. So you can hold onto your leg, you can bind the foot. Wherever you are, keep thinking about plugging the left leg back into your hip. And again, use the strength of the belly and the fluidity of the breath here to find softness forwards with the spine. Using the length of the exhale, again, is going to send a message to the nervous system that those muscles can relax and lengthen, or the fibres can actually release along the back of the leg. Keep pulling up on the front of the leg and that will enable that to happen. Broaden the collarbones. Notice if you're gritting the teeth. Soften the tops of the shoulders. Lovely. Inhale, coming up. Exhale there. Good. Just cross the legs. Again, squeeze into a little ball. And then press the hands in front of your hips. You can use the toes if you need and try and lift everything up and lower it down. And then extend the legs away. Good. And now we'll do the left side. So again, try and use your natural range of motion. Oil up the hip a little bit and then plop it down. Lovely. Nice tall spine, strong extended leg. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, little twist to your left. Inhale, centre. Little twist to the right. Inhale, centre. Exhale, fold. Full fluid breaths here. The inhale, walk the spine up. The exhale, twist. Good, just nice and fluid, moving with your breath. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, centre. And exhale, fold. Coming into Janu Shirshasana A. So, same as on the other side. Just scan for unnecessary tension in your jaw or your neck or your shoulders. Broaden the collarbones. Let the head go and keep that connection with your breath. Every exhale, just visualise the fibres in the muscles along the back of your leg unsticking. They're like little Velcro hooks that get really tight. And every exhale, we're just easing them away from one another. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath there. Inhale. Exhale. Fabulous. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale there. Again, cross your legs. Squeeze into a little ball. So use a breath in to prepare here. Then exhale and lift everything up. So as if you're stopping going to the loo, lift up. on a block as well. If your hips are really tight, sit on a block. And the other nice thing you can do is put another block in front of your feet or on top of your feet for your head. And if that's still really far away, pop a cushion there. If you can, we're going to open the feet like a little book. Press the inner legs down. So I'm using strength to find that flexibility. And then exhale, come forwards. So if it feels very tight and the knees are high, another thing you can do is to put the blocks under the outer legs. Just little reminders for those of you that need this. Press down into the blocks. Really press down. It's not really comfy on your legs actually, is it? bit hard, the blocks. So find a place where it's not too unpleasant and press down. And then every so often just allow that pressure to soften. So you're working dynamically but fluidly again, so we've got that nice softness around the edges of the stretch. Good, really good. So remember, you know, those of us that we've got bendy hips, it's they weren't always necessarily bendy, and if the hips just don't want to bend that way anymore, you're working so hard. There's the work. That's the yoga. So it's not necessarily good to be bendy. Good. Inhale, coming up. Exhale there, good. And then let your pelvis tip under. So really allow the low back to round. Scoop Uddiyana Bandha just near the navel, in and up. So the belly is active and then the back can lengthen. Crown of the head goes towards the middle of the feet. Again, here, you can pop a block, or you can allow the head to curl in. Lovely. Just relax the tongue in the mouth, soften the jaw. Scan for tension in the neck here. Use the exhale to soften. Great. Lovely. And then on the inhale, roll up. Exhale, squeeze the legs together actively and drive them straight forwards. Good. Dandasana. And then Upavishtakonasana. So we're going to take the legs into a straddle shape. So again, if your hips are really starting to feel fed up, use the exhale or use blocks. Sit on a block. When we sit on the block, it takes lots of the strain out of any tightness in the low back. The pelvis can tilt forwards and you'll be able to get into any tightness in the legs a little more. So I think it's good to practice it both ways. You can practice it on the block and then off the block with bent legs, so you get it from all angles. Good. So another thing here, press the hands down. If this is enough, be here and breathe and just let the gaze come down. And then slowly with every exhale, we find the space to reach the pelvis forwards and to lift the ribs forwards. Good. So if the knees want to bend, that's great, but flex your feet. So Rosie, flex your feet, yeah. And then broaden the collarbones. Lovely. Great. And if it's feeling really tight, just again use the exhale to be where you are. And what we're going to do here is take a little movement again. So a little inhale and a little exhale. It might be very tiny movements here till you reach the edge of the tension there. It might be that you can start to lengthen and wave the spine a little more, but just keeping it very, very fluid. Using your breath and not thinking about where you would like the stretch to go or where you think the stretch should go, but really feeling the edges of tension in your body and breathing around the edges of those. So imagine pouring warm water along the backs of the legs, along the inner legs, softening the jaw. Lovely. Great. And then come back to the centre, take a breath in. If you've got your legs bent now, straighten them, sit tall, press the hands behind you, lift your hips up and pop them back down again, and see if you can tip the tail forward. So you can even do one hand in front of the other, lengthen up out of it and then drive the heels away. So sometimes you can press away so much that the calf muscles are flexing so much that the heels lift off. It's hard, try. Definitely not watery feeling, it's definitely fiery. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Good, and then relax. And then just fold wherever the body wants to fold. And then roll up. Good. vinyasa here, even if it's a cat-cow, all is well. Exhale to downward facing dog, just lengthen it out through the centre line. Draw the tail between the legs a little here and draw in and up with the low belly as you reach the chest at the same time. Great. Again, we can take a little walk or a jump to, oh, actually, pause there for me. We'll come to kneeling. So we're either going to come to pigeon or reclined pigeon. So some people are inwardly going, oh. For those of you that are pigeon haters, come to laying down, or actually that's not a fair thing to say. Those of you that pigeon does not serve, come to laying down. And actually, if you want to, come to laying down and take it here anyway. This is a really lovely stretch. If you want to do the prone version, you're setting up, rolling back with the left leg and easing into it here. So we're going to be nice and active if you're doing this version. Good. Those of you doing reclined pigeon, remember you can take those little rocks side to side. Keep your your top leg flexed. So for those of us in the prone version, we're really keeping that right foot flexed and rolling the left hip forwards. So a block can be brilliant here to pop under that hip, or a cushion or a book. Yeah, so you're going to prop yourself under that bent hip. I don't know if you can actually see me this way. And then the main thing is to keep this hip rolling forwards and not collapse back here. So we're drawing again that train track line with the hips. And we're going to sit up tall here for a moment. So if you're in the reclined version, really think about pressing the tailbone away. And then inhale, lengthen up. Find the strength. And then exhale, fold. And come into that nice passive stretch. Good. Stay here for 5 breaths. If you're in the reclined version and you're feeling like you need a little bit of variation here, you can do those hip circles, the froggy leg hip circles. So these ones are really good to do for those of you on your backs. Just keeping mobility, and then also taking a hug of the knee and a little twist here. So again, we're just mobilising all around the hip and keeping the joint healthy there. Great. Last breath in pigeon. Great. And then to come out of it, again, pad the hands back. Exhale, draw in and up with the pelvic floor and the low belly. Press the hands in front of you. And we're all going to step back and take a vinyasa here. So you're going to tuck into the back foot, lift up really strong with your back leg, and then press into the blade edge of that right leg. Lift up so you feel the strength in your hips and your low belly, and then squeeze it back to downward facing dog. Good. If you don't want to vinyasa, come straight to the left side, or you can hinge it forward to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. And then we'll come into the left side. So ease your way into it. If you need the block, it's going under that left hip. Really scissor the back leg away again. So like we did in those half Hanumans earlier, we're really finding length through the back leg and drawing the hips as level as we can. Good. So those of you that have been on your backs, do a little bit more of those froggy leg circles. Keep going just with all those little mobilising exercises that I've given you in the past as well. So the figure 4 against the wall is good. Great, so those of you here, we're going to really tuck the back toe under, then re-lengthen that back leg. Lift up and out of it, so draw the hips forward, feel the inner line of the legs work and the low belly is strong, and then soften forwards. So as you come forwards, just check in that you're not collapsing over towards the left. Roll the right hip forwards, and then really think about drawing the left sitting bone back and down, the right hip bone forwards, and then lengthening the sides of the body evenly and letting the head go. Good. And then again, just really focusing on the fluidity of the breath here, especially when the hips are feeling super tight. It can make us feel like we want to run away. We don't want to stay there, so use the breath to feel that sense of acceptance, to relax and let it roll off any sensation of panic. Good, slowly coming up, tucking the back toes under. Again, we're going to come out of this with strength, so really squeeze up on the back leg, press into the blade edge of the left foot, hold it there, feel the low belly is strong, and then press it back to dog. So if that feels too challenging, don't worry, you don't have to be there for ages, and then we'll just pad it out in downward facing dog. Vinyasa or cat-cow. And again, as we come through, see if you can practice that little jump through. So we slow it down, we tiptoe, 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 squeeze in and up and post your legs through. Great. And then from here we're going to come all the way to laying down. So squeeze the inner line of the legs together, draw in and up with the low belly, breathe in, and as you breathe out, deepen that connection to the low belly. Roll the spine down, keep the back or the shoulders free of tension, keep the tension here, slow it down. Great, and then take a full stretch as you breathe in. Breathe out, give the knees a little hug. Take the knees really wide, the knees to armpits, and then send the feet straight up. So you can either hold your ankles, the backs of the thighs, or the outer edges of the feet, and come to happy baby. Have a little sway, side to side, pull the knees down, and then see if you can think about lengthening the tail down and putting the knees back, and just moving between those two awarenesses. Again, very fluid here. Breath moving. Just notice if you can draw the shoulders down your back to avoid the tension going into the jaw and the neck, which can often happen when we're feeling that the hips are tight. Lovely. And then bring the bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug, and then soles of the feet to the mat, hip distance. So we'll take 5 rolling bridges here. So just make sure that you feel evenly grounded through the feet. You can probably just about tickle the heels with your fingertips. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage the pelvic floor. Draw in and up with the low belly, and then start to roll the spine up. Lifting the hips, bring the arms with you. Breathe in again at the top, and then breathe out, roll all the way down. So just check that the feet are staying evenly planted. Rolling up on the exhale. Inhale at the top, and then exhale, roll it back down. Good, 3 more. Notice if the inner line of the legs is feeling like it's staying steady as well, so we don't want the knees to roll around. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, keeping a little space between the chin and the chest, so you feel that the back of the neck is spacious, the sides of the neck are long. Exhale, lovely. And then give the knees a little hug. If you'd like to take Urdhva Dhanurasana, go ahead. So you'll press up, all in one breath, on the inhale, and then stay for 5 breaths, and lower down. Otherwise, I'm going to come to inversions now. So feel free to stay in the back bend, upward facing back bend, or we're going to take an inversion of your choice. So shoulder stand, headstand, or legs up the wall. So make your choice. If you're taking shoulder stand, and if you're not sure, and you haven't practiced for a long time, and you're feeling a little bit worried, I would just come to legs up the wall. So spin yourself nice and tight to the wall, and lift the legs up. The other thing that can be really nice to do is to take a supported bridge, and then lift the legs up. So with your block, it's a nice way to build a bit of confidence for shoulder stand, and in some ways it's a big prep because it makes you use your core more. You can come to a bridge with the block here or on the lower setting. Make sure it feels right in the centre of your back there, or sacrum there, so there's no pressure on your vertebrae, and then just extend the legs. And the block will hold you absolutely if you're in the right place. Make sure you soften the shoulders once you feel secure. That's a really nice variation. Good, that looks good, Rosie. So just draw the elbows together and the chin away from the chest. Oh, I disturbed you. Good. So those of you in shoulder stand, do just keep that hug of the elbows and the lift of the chin away from the chest. So if you're coming into the supported bridge variation, yeah, good. It will be stable when you've got the block in the right place. If you feel any pressure on your cervical spine, remember you can roll your mat. If you're not sure what to do, come down and I'll show you if you're having pain in your neck. If you're familiar with Halasana, come to Halasana now for 5 breaths. So legs going all the way overhead. You can have a bend in the knees and the feet can hover if the hamstrings aren't quite there yet, that's fine. Just again, keeping that sense of the shoulders bearing the weight, the upper arms pressing down. And once you've had your 5 breaths here, and again, don't rush, keep your gaze up, don't look around. You can bring yourself into a little ball, all the way back up through shoulder stand again if you can, and then back to a little ball, and then slowly, slowly roll yourself down to the mat. And extend the legs straight. Lovely. And then we'll all take a supported fish pose. So if you don't have a block, actually, you can take the active version, which I'll show you in just a moment. If you have a block, you can put it on the higher narrow edge or the lower edge. Pop it into your bra strap area, so below your shoulders, and open the chest over the block. We'll have the legs straight today, or here, your choice. If it feels uncomfortable in your hip joints here to hang out, just keep the legs straight. And if you want to take the active version, you're going to hold onto your haunches here, press into the elbows, lift the chest first, and then the head arches back. And you can hold on here, keep the legs squeezing together. And then to come out, chin to chest, strong belly, and roll it back down. Okay. Good, lovely, looking great. So in that supported version, really softening the pectoral muscles across your chest there, allowing the shoulder heads to drop back, allowing the shoulder blades to draw together and down, but very softly. So we're really finding that little bit of thoracic extension, the upper back. Often we get a little too hunched. And just releasing tension across the chest, encouraging that openness there. And just notice how you can breathe fully here. And if you have the legs in that butterfly shape again, there's that lovely passive awareness of Svadhisthana chakra there. And just take one more full breath, and when you're ready to, on the exhale, draw everything together. So drawing the knees together, pressing into the arms. Exhale, squeeze into the low belly and lift yourself away from your block. And then just lower yourself down to Shavasana. If you feel you need a little roll out here, you can just take a little rolling twist, maybe just twice each side, and then come back to the centre and let the arms and legs fall away. And we'll just have a minute to lay here. So make sure that you drop straight into it and really let yourself rest properly and fully for this 1 minute here. I'll watch the time so you can completely relax. Just allow yourself to soften the jaw, the inner corners of the eyes, and just let your attention wander and just gently bring it back to your breath. deepen your breath. Bringing a little movement to fingers, toes, wrist, ankles. Taking a full stretch. And a hug of the knees as you exhale. And then just rolling to one side. And just make your way to sit for a moment. Let's just take 3 full breaths to close. So taking a breath in, reaching up, and a sigh. You can do the little lotus mudra if you wish, inhaling up. So drawing all that good energy up and surrounding yourself with it. Well done everyone.